Shifting our focus to Europe now, the continent is emerging from its second warmest winter on record. This according to the European Union scientists, according to data published by the EU's Copernicus Climate Change Service from December to February, the average temperature in Europe was 1.4 degrees Celsius above the 1991 to 2020 average for the boreal winter season, ranking as Europe's joint second warmest winter on record, with only the winter of 2019 and 2020 being even milder. The report says that the month of February saw above-average temperatures over Eastern Europe and parts of Northeastern Europe. The high temperatures followed a severe winter heat wave in late December and early January. The record-high winter temperatures hit countries from France and Hungary. This means that ski resorts had to be shuttered because of a lack of snow. Moreover, scientists say that Europe's winters are becoming warmer as a result of rising global temperatures that are caused due to human-caused climate change. While to some extent, the milder weather has been welcomed, with European countries having feared that they might run out of natural gas used to heat homes this winter in light of Russia's switching off gas supplies to the continent. However, milder winters pose risk to the wildlife and agriculture here. It can have an impact on farming and habitats of animals, as temperature spikes can cause plants to start growing prematurely, or they can coax animals out of hibernation early, and that makes them vulnerable to being killed off by cold snaps later in the season. According to experts, climate change meant plants and animals were struggling. Animals struggle to move to new locations to maintain their ideal temperature for survival. The report also highlighted other climate-linked extremes, including a drop in Antarctic sea ice. In February, the sea ice reached its lowest level since satellite data records began. That was almost half a century ago. The melting of sea ice can have larger implications on the stability of Earth's white cover, the Antarctic ice shelves, as melting sea ice exposes the thicker ice shelves to waves and warmer temperatures, as well as on the issue of global sea level rise. In our next report, we tell you further why sea ice is important for Earth. Take a look.
Ice shelves are permanent floating extensions of an ice sheet connected to a landmass. Most are along the coast of Antarctica, but they can also be found in Greenland, Canada, and parts of Russia. They form when ice from enormous ice sheets approaches the sea as a glacier. If the ocean is cold enough, an ice shelf pushed forwards by glaciers does not melt. Over time it can grow, gaining ice mass. Sometimes it can shrink. Until recently, there was a rough balance between the amount ice shelves shed and accumulated. But now, the ice is melting, and melting fast, especially in the Antarctic. Scientists say warmer air and higher ocean temperatures are behind the change. Warm air melts the surface of the shelf, forming pools. The water trickles downwards through small cracks, making them wider. Meanwhile, warmer water circulates under the floating shelf, melting it from below, expanding the cracks further. Finally, an iceberg breaks away from the ice shelf, a process called calving. Scientists believe it's vital that ice shelves do not disintegrate. Without an ice shelf to slow their speed, glaciers would accelerate and flow into the ocean, contributing to a dramatic sea level rise.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.